Are you a chronic procrastinator, or is it something like real new? Like you've been looking at something on your desk and walking by, or have you been opening your closets and drawers and cupboards and thinking, oh, I've got to get around to that? Yeah, I know you have. Yeah, you. So today's show is about releasing and deleting the reason why you're putting stuff off. And we're going to help you do that live today. Hello, everybody. My name is Michael Loja. I'm a certified emotion code practitioner. I'm here in beautiful Victoria, BC, on the west coast of Canada. And today, John and I are going to help a couple people that are massive, not even massive, just, I don't know what the difference is between massive and non-massive, just a procrastinator and or writer's block. And the reason why we're doing both of those today, because they're quite similar reasons. So if you have writer's block or creativity blocks, or you're a procrastinator, we want to hang out with you today. And I'm going to introduce John. Good morning, John.
Hey, good morning. Yes, my name's John Inverarity, certified emotion code and certified body code practitioner in beautiful Vancouver, Canada, and helping people all over the world. And yeah, this is a great one. Really common this week, procrastination. So if you're
Yeah,
watching live,
tell people what they need to do if they want to volunteer for us today.
if you're watching live and volunteer in the comments, say, hey, that's me. Give us an example, maybe what you're procrastinating on, if it is taxes or writing something, a book, some music, or just around the house.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think they know.
yeah.
I think, procrastinators know. Well, you know what, John? We're on episode number 94. That means we've been doing this for 94 episodes, and we've been touching on so many subjects. So if you're new to us, you can go to hangoutwithmichael.com/bros, BROS, and you can get the playlist, and you can have a Michael and John marathon and watch all 94 episodes, or scan them at least to say, oh, I want to know more about that. You know, the purpose of this show, the Bro Show, is to first let people know about the emotion code because it's new for most of the world and kind of how it works. And most importantly, to show you that how it can be done at a distance. So whether you're sitting across from us at the dinner table or whether you're in another country, you know, I've got clients from Kuwait and Africa and Australia and New Zealand. John, I know that you're working with people all over the world. We don't even need to see you. We don't even need to have you on the telephone. So today, John, tell people that, you know, of course, we're going to do this from a distance. Tell people, because they might be thinking, oh, I don't want to go on the Bro Show. Well, you don't have to. Tell them what we need from them today, and we are going to choose some people today to work on.
Yeah, so just symptoms. What? Tell us what you want help with. So,
What are you putting off? Yeah.
what are you putting off? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just volunteer. Yeah, you don't have to get on the video. Just in the comments here. That's it. Severity even. We like to know severity. We'll double check that, but
Yeah. Okay.
really
You know,
simple.
that's the beauty of this work. Well, A, we can work from our homes, and B, we can work anywhere with anybody, and we can do it by telephone or by, you know, we give them a video link to something like we're using right now, and, you know, book a session. Sessions are like 20, 25 minutes long, and bring a list, and some things are quickies, and some things take a little more time, so you might want to consider getting 2 sessions. So in between our meetings, you'll come back and you'll say, holy S-balls, here is all the stuff that went down since our last meeting. To me, that's really rewarding, right? In the second meeting, we get to hear all. It's like, sometimes they want to tune up some things, and this happens almost every time. It happened to me. After your first meeting and you have those holy S-ball results, you're thinking, wow, I wonder if the bros can help me with this. I wonder if he can help me with that and this. So book 2 appointments. The first one, come with the list. And then before you have your second one, take a little recipe card and build a list of your questions and other things that you want to work with us in your second meeting.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm still running my campaign, John, to mentor 100 emotion code, body code practitioners for 20 minutes. And people say, 20 minutes? Listen, I'll knock your socks off in 20 minutes. And it's never just 20 minutes, by the way. I say 20 minutes, it's usually longer. So whether you've just started your emotion code practitioner practice or you've been in it for 5 years, I've been meeting people for 5 years and everyone is getting extreme benefits and guidance and results on what they need to do to take the next step in their business. I'd like to help you. inside of my emotion code group, if you go to Facebook and type emotion code Michael Loge, there's a post in there that says get your free 20-minute session. So you need to be part of that group, and once you're in there, you can submit and it's not an emotion code session with me. It's a business building session. I'm going to find out really quickly where you're at in your business, and I'm going to leave you with 2 or 3 really powerful strategies so you can build your emotion code practice. And also, if you are an emotion code practitioner and you don't have a business card, you're thinking, why do I need a business card? Hashtag, you need a business card because everybody is a prospect. What do I mean by that, John, when I say everybody's a prospect?
Like something you're looking for, like a potential client. Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it's, well, let's see. I haven't paid for a haircut at my barber in a long time because I do emotion code with my barber. I'm doing everybody is a prospect. So you need to have a business card. Here's kind of an enlarged version of the one that I use. And you can hardly even find the word emotion code on it because guess what? Most people don't know what it means, unless, of course, they're watching the Bro Show. You can get a free video of the business card for emotion code, body code practitioners if you go to my URL you see below, hangoutwithmichael.com/business growth. And I run a business growth club for practitioners. This is the very first one I did in their first meeting. And I'm giving it away for free to emotion code, body code practitioners, or maybe you're in the process of training. It's yours for free. John, go out in the room. Tell me who's watching, who's saying what.
Lots of people watching live here.
Okay,
Who's
great
first
stuff.
up in the room? Front row, Natasha Paula Samuel.
Nice, Natasha. Good
Says,
morning.
hello, Michael John. As usual, looking forward to another great show. Giving us the hashtag emotion code bros.
Nice stuff.
Yeah, Jennifer Towner's here. Says, good morning. Glad to catch you from sunny Seattle. Yeah, sunny in Vancouver as well.
Yeah, we're like, I can actually see Washington from my house, you can see the mountains. So it's pretty common that if we all share the same weather. And when I have to explain, well, people say, I tell people it doesn't snow here, and they say, how can it? Well, it snows one day a week, but we're just going to forget it. I mean, one day a year, one day
A decade.
week. Yeah, then it snows. If it's snowing one day a week, then it snows there. Yeah, it snows one day a year. So when people say, how does it not snow in Canada? And I say, well, we're just north of Seattle. And of course, Seattle, people think of green trees and rain. So, well, hashtag welcome to Victoria. So.
Yeah.
Okay, Jennifer Towner's with us. Our friend Don Boehm is up and about with us today. And Holly Peters from snowy Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
That still surprises me that there's still snow in places, but I guess in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's snowing in Calgary right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and the Okanagan.
Wow.
Yeah, my parents and brother sent me videos. Snowflakes coming down. I sent them a picture of the blue sky.
Listen, I had my car parked downtown the other day, and when I got to, they're not going to want to hear this story, but I want to tell it anyway. So I got in my car, and my car was full. It was full. I thought, oh my God, look at my car. And I had to take my windshield wipers and get rid of the snow. And you know what it was? It was cherry blossoms that fell from the trees. So I had to get up and white cherry blossoms off my car.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Hashtag, I know you don't like me now.
Yeah.
Victoria is the cherry blossom capital, and a lot of the cherry trees initially came here from a city in China. So we actually have a sister city in China where they donated all these beautiful trees years ago, and now we're kind of world famous for it. Okay, who else, John?
Hey, Cass McRae. Good morning, bros.
Hey, good morning, Cass.
Susan Arthur. Hello, bros. Back in the UK. Miss Florida so much. So pleased to join you, though.
Hey, Susan and Cass. Good morning.
Yeah.
Joyce Dent is with us. Now, Joyce has recently joined my Business Growth Club. And yesterday, I had a meeting with her to help her take her next step in her business. So good morning to Joyce and our friend Sylvia Bellini from Windy and Grey, London. Hashtag, there's not a cherry tree in sight there, is there, Sylvia Bellini? Jennifer Towner gave us a hashtag S-balls. What else, John?
Safina is here. And I believe you worked on her last week. So maybe there's an update here down the comments here. We'll look out for that.
Yep.
And Claire is from Ireland.
Hey,
Ireland in the
Claire.
house.
Yeah, she's got the O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin. Claire O'Loughlin.
Very Irish.
Very Irish, yeah. Susan
Susan
Arthur
says,
says, I'm the worst
mhm.
procrastinator. And we're going to have a contest to see who the worst procrastinator is. So I'm just going to write some names down here as we go through the list. So Susan Arthur is a procrastinator. Holly Peters, I worked on her before, she said, and I'll double dip if you let me. What does that mean, John? Double dipping?
Double dipping. So one of the bros work on you more than once,
Yeah,
twice or three times, maybe.
but you know
Yeah.
what? We
So
reward loyalty, so she's loyal. I'll double dip if you let me. You have worked on me before for procrastination. I'm much better than I was, and I've made good progress. I need to address keeping my office paperwork organized and keeping paperwork out of the kitchen. Okay. And our friend Claire O'Loughlin procrastinating a bunch of O stuff. I just made that O stuff part up. And Crystal is working on building her brand, so good for Crystal. And stepping into my power. Okay. Julie Lynn Rydnor. I keep putting off getting my voice out there to grow my business. I keep putting off. Okay, I'm going to work with Julia today. You know, we read all of them. You might think, how come he's picking Julia? Well, I've been muscle testing at the same time. So, you know, who should I work on? I'm going to work on Julie, rather. So, Julie, I'm just going to write some things down. And when I work on that, we're going to describe all of this in a few moments. So, Julie Lynn Rydner. I'm just going to call her Julie Lynn. And I keep putting off getting my voice out there. So, putting off getting voice. Oh, Julie Lynn Reinor, do you think that John and I didn't have to do a little emotion coach session before our first show? You know, I met a woman yesterday in the mentor, and she said, "Good boy, you and John are so bold to do that." And I thought, well, not now. I don't doesn't feel bold, but the first couple shows, you know, I was more nervous than you,
yeah,
but
right.
it felt really, yeah, okay, you were a little nervous too. So yeah, everything new is unnerving sometimes. So getting your voice out there for Julie. So Julie, give me a severity of the problem and give me permission. Although you're implying permission, I'd still like to get that. Okay, I'm going to do a refresh, John. What are you reading?
I'm a lot just going through it here. Kelly
Yeah.
Carson's here.
Hey, Kelly.
An update from Safina as well.
Hey, Safina. What does she say?
Had a great week. Not much has changed in the last week on the outside, but I feel much better, less stress. I have been procrastinating on completing my schedule. I have made many lists. I'm not going to volunteer because I did so last week, and that would be cheeky, but I had a good week, so thank you, Michael and John.
Well, the first part of the sentence contradicts the whole story. Not much has happened, and then she goes on to tell us everything that happened. Hashtag get your story straight. Sounds like you had great progress, Stephanie. And Crystal is joining us for the first time. Probably thinking, wow, listen how cheeky Michael Loge is. Hashtag yes I am. So let's see, Kelly Mae Glover has joined us. Yeah, I think we're ready to go, John. So, you know, John and I are both the motion code practitioners. John's a certified body code practitioner as well. And we work virtually with people all over the world. And the purpose of this show, again, is to explain it all. And ideally, when it comes time for you to want to have some work done, John and I would love to help you with that. So, John, let's do a fast. Here's how the emotion code works. You
Sure.
know, we talk about the 7 keys. Let's acknowledge our friend and practitioner, Dr. Bradley Nelson, who wrote the book, The Emotion Code. The cover looks a little different for those of you that have the black book. And that's a fake book that John has right now because we're waiting for the new version out when, John? You know the date?
May 7th.
May 7th. So
Yeah.
we are supporting everybody to go out and
Old,
purchase a hard copy of
new.
this book. So here's what happens in the publishing industry. I know how it works really well. I've sold 3 best-selling books. My Law of Attraction book, if you don't know already, I sold 3 million copies in 37 languages. And I didn't do it on my own. So here's what happens in the publishing industry. all the pre-sales for Dr. Brad's book, everyone's pre-buying it right now. On May 7th, the Amazon and all that, they calculate all the pre-orders as if they were ordered that day. So if you pre-order Dr. Brad's book today, it'll get counted the week that it comes out. And here, I know how this works because my book got in the top 10 on Amazon. How come? Because Oprah talked about me. Well, not me, she interviewed me. And then my book went in the top 10. And then when your book is in the top 10, people come knocking at your door. Who? 37 other countries. Because the other countries don't know about what's hot and what's not. So they literally go to Amazon and they say, who's this Michael Loge guy? Self-published, by the way. And he has got this book in the top 10. Oh, we better pay attention. Oh, and then it went to 3 on Amazon for a long time. Harry Potter was number 1, The Secret was number 2, and Michael Loge from Gilligan's Island was number 3. So what we want to do with Dr. Brad is that we want to help him get to the top, to number 1. To me, number 1 and number 5 doesn't matter. You know, when you go to a bookstore, people buy the books that are in the top 10, even if they don't know what they're about, in most cases. And we're going to be seeing Dr. Brad's book at the airport. So to help Dr. Brad, if you buy the book in advance, then when it gets out, then it gets published in other languages. And then what happens? Then the world gets to know about the emotion code. This is, if you've been practicing the emotion code or have had sessions, this is life-changing information. And of course, we're going to support Dr. Brad to get on Dr. Oz. Imagine when that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Holy S-balls. So yeah, buying the book will help the whole world. One book. You buy a book and it's going to help the whole world. I think, John, you said you bought a couple. I got a couple in the mail.
2 or 3. Yeah, I bought 2 copies. Yeah.
Yeah, mine. We're all pre-ordered. One book will help get this book all over the world because you're going to add to that total.
Yep.
So, John, we're talking about the emotion code developed by Dr. Bradley Nelson. He also developed this chart, and I got the big one behind me. I got this one so I can read. And John, tell us what's on the chart and what all of this means.
These are trapped emotions. So trapped emotion is an unprocessed emotion from a past negative event that you didn't release, didn't process, so it got stuck in your body. Trapped emotion is about the size of your fist, can be a little bit larger, and it acts like a double-edged sword, and then it impacts you physically, physical tissues, so it creates pain, and mentally, so like putting things off, like procrastination or anxiety, depression, and just a whole lot of other symptoms. And it can't get released unless you know how to. And so the emotion code is a how to release these, this baggage from the past.
That's right. And what we do is that our subconscious mind knows everything, and it's so friggin' smart. You can ask it anything. It knows the answer. It said, well, why am I procrastinating? Why I have no creativity blocks? Why this? Why that? Why that? Well, it knows the answer. But asking the question to your subconscious mind takes a couple little tricks. Well, I don't even call tricks. It takes muscle testing. And we can only ask yes or no questions. So John and I are trained to talk to our own subconscious mind and yours to find out what is causing my level of procrastination. And it's one of these. But John, you and I have been using the term or coined the training about these are like orange cones. When you're driving on the cone. When you're driving down the highway and you see the orange cone on the highway, what does it say?
Detour, slow down, stop.
Can't go there, it's blocked off, it's a detour, right? So these are orange cones. There's 60 of these orange cones. So you want to get stuff done, and guess what? Hashtag, you've got an orange cone. And that orange cone, which is an unprocessed negative emotion, your conscious mind says, oh, I want to get this done. And your subconscious mind says, orange cone, which is an unprocessed trapped emotion. John and I are orange cone removers. We can remove that orange cone that says you can't go there, which is an unprocessed trapped emotion, and we remove it, John, by using a what?
A magnet. So what the magnet does is it amplifies our intention, and we swipe it over the governing meridian a couple times, and that identifying it, surfaces it, the magnet amplifies it to clear it out or like deletes it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, the first time I heard about it, the first time I had a session, I didn't get it and I didn't understand it. And John and you and I have done a really good job giving this a face and explaining how it works. And doesn't mean we understand how it works, but we can explain how it works, but not why it works. So we're just riding the wave that it's working. John, I'm going to go back out to the room, and then I'm going to do the first session with Julie Lynn, and then you can find out who you want to work with. So let's see. Hey, Barbara Rowling has joined us. Julie Lynn said her severity is a 9. So that's another thing we like to know, right, John? Is like, out of 10 being severe problem, what is the problem? So one of the things we like to find out is what is the severity of that problem? Kelly May Glover has joined us, and Safina has ordered the book, and yeah, Julie Lynn is saying, where do I order it? Amazon, if you're an Amazon kind of gal, that's a good place to order it. Okay, so
Yeah,
John,
so what,
yeah, go ahead.
just quickly, I'll ask, I'm going to work with Claire from Ireland. And so, Claire, if you're still watching, let me know the severity. And you said a bunch of stuff. So maybe just like one thing in particular that you really, really are putting off.
I know. Some people say, does Michael really have to drink water during the show? Hashtag yes, I do. See, the water is what allows me to connect with somebody. And to be able to connect with them, John, what's the P word?
Proxy.
Yeah, it's a proxy. Proxy means I can do it on your behalf. So I'm going to be muscle testing. That means I'm going to use my fingers to let me know the answers. John, we can only ask the yes or no question. So that's a yes, that's a no. So am I Michael? Yes. Am I John? No. So I'm going to begin my session with Julie Lynn. Julie, let us know where you're at, because we like to make our point that you don't have to be with us. You can be anywhere in the world. So let us know where you're calling from, and John will see that come up. So right now I'm muscle testing. My first question that I'm going to ask my own subconscious mind is, so watch my fingers. Am I hydrated enough? What's the answer? Yes. Do I need more water? No. See, it's saying, no, I don't need more water. You have enough to do this session. So I have Julie Lynn's permission, which is important. I'm just going to check in with Julie Lynn. So it's saying, no, not connected to, oh, there we go. Now, am I Michael?
Tuned
No.
in.
Am I Julie Lynn? We are tapped in, tuned in, and connected to Julie Lynn. So, and now I'm going to kind of use her voice, not sound like it, but what she would say. So I'm asking my subconscious mind, I can say that because I'm her proxy, so I'm doing it on her behalf. I'm asking my subconscious mind about putting stuff off, getting my voice out there, exposing myself, giving myself some vulnerability to let people know that I work with the emotion code, just not getting my voice out there. How severe is this problem? So on a scale of 1 to 10, watch the nose. Is it a 1? No, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Her subconscious mind says it's a 10. Her conscious mind says it's a 9. So, you know what? We're not going to argue with that. It's close enough, right? Maybe Julie was trying to cut herself some slack. So hashtag Julie, it's not a 9, it's a 10. So the severity of this blockage that's stopping me from getting my voice out is a 10. Good, now we know the severity. If everyone has different styles, I like to say, well, there's 60 on the list. What am I working with here? How many should I be looking for? This is a give or take average. Is it over 5 trapped emotions? What's the answer? No. Is it under 5? Yes. Is it under 4? Yes. Is it under 3 emotions? Yes. Is it under 2 emotions? Yes. Is it under 1 emotion? It's not. Is it over 1 emotion? Not. What is it, Captain Obvious? It's a 1. If it's not over 1, it's under 1, it's a 1. So there's 1 trapped emotion on this chart that's contributing to Julie Lynn not getting her voice out there. Now I got to find it. And guess what? It's not a needle in a haystack, because I'm going to use muscle testing to find out where it is. So A, B, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's row 5. So John, if you look at the chart, I found it's in column B. It's row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's row 1, 2. It's word 2. What's that word, John? It is creative insecurity. And creative insecurity means the insecurity to take the next step, right? And in my head, that creative insecurity, because we don't want to get it wrong and we don't want to make a mistake. So that's where insecurity. Oh, I'm insecure to do that. Well, what does insecurity really mean? In my head, my interpretation, It means there's fear, or we don't want to get embarrassed, we don't want to do it wrong. So of course you don't want to put your voice out there. So that's called creative insecurity. Now, do I need to know more about this creative insecurity? Oh, in this case I do. So I don't know what I need to know, but usually if I find out how old when it happened, because the subconscious mind says, yeah, it's trapped, but you want to find the date. So I don't know how old she is, so I'm going to take a guess. Was I under 30? I was. Was I under 20? I wasn't. Was I 20, 21, 20? Oh, there we go. I found it. So I, being Julie Lynn, I was 20, 21, I was 22, where I had the trapped emotion of creative insecurity. Do I need to know anything else? Can I release it? Okay, good. Magnet, any kind of magnet, household magnet. So I'm just going to swipe a few times. John, tell people why I'm doing this in front of my face like that.
It's part of the process. So yeah, like all good things, everything has a process, and this is part of it. So going over in front of the face, as that is where the governing meridian is. And so in traditional Chinese medicine, we have these energy meridians running through our body, and the governing meridian connects up to all of them. So picture the little ball of energy, like a little rock at the bottom of an ocean. So identifying it kind of like surfaces it up to the surface. Magnet over the meridian is kind of like just letting it evaporate into like thin air.
Yeah.
So that's what that is. And it just goes
also,
through the entire energy system. Yeah.
And we don't want to pick it up. So now I went ahead and I did some other things. We're demonstrating, boy, it was just one orange cone trapped emotion that caused the problem. Then I went out and cleaned up a little other thing. So now I'm still Julie. What is the severity of my procrastination to getting my voice out there? Excuse me. Before the session, was it 8, 9, 10? Is it 10 now? Is it 9 now? Is it 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0? It is a 0. Do I have any trapped emotions or any insecurity blocking, stopping me from moving forward, getting my voice out? No. Am I ready to do a Facebook Live? Oh, it says I am. So you've gone from not wanting to put your voice out there to hashtag someone's getting out there. So Julie, you can hold your head up high and you can get your voice out there and spread the word and do great work like John and I and let people know that you can help them. So I'm just going to disconnect from Julie. By the way, licking your fingers isn't part of the process. It's just me. So
For some it is, yeah.
yeah, we get weird habits. I lick my fingers. John yawns when he's doing it. I'm a finger licker. So okay, I'm officially disconnected from Julie. So just a real summary. Julie told me she was putting stuff off to get her voice out there about the work that she does. I used the Dr. Brad's emotion code chart. I muscle test. I found out it was one trapped emotion. I used the magnet to get rid of it. I tested the severity. So Julie, why don't you let me know? Because sometimes people have a sensation over that, right? And we call it a sensation because it's usually not a pain. So, what did you experience anything? Let me know. And then John is going to start his session. So go ahead, John.
So I've already started. I've already connected up to Claire.
Okay.
And so Claire is procrastinating, she said, on business and personal. And the severity is 7. So I went right to business because I like helping people with, business blocks and procrastination and putting things off. And I got the severity was an 8. And I'm just testing the trapped emotions now. So I've got, it's in B4. So column B, row 4. I've already found it. And I'm testing just in my lap. My hands are in my lap, just so they're not sort of up here in my face. So is it frustration as the first emotion? So need to know more. No, frustration. Can we clear that? Yeah. So frustration is like being blocked as well. Just the definition of it, kind of just unable to move forward. So little magnet here, clear that out. So is that cleared? Yeah. So we started at an 8. I got a 3 now. So another trapped emotion causing Claire to put things off, procrastinate in business, moving forward with business. Yeah. Column A, no. I'm going to go column B. Got a yes there. Odd row, no. So it's an even. So it's in B6. It is shame. Okay, need to know more about shame. No, don't need to know anything else. So we're not talking it. Don't need to discuss it or relive it. Let's just clear it.
Yeah, that's what I like about this work because, people that are in traditional therapy, they talk about the problem every time. With this, we don't want to know when it happened and how it happened. We just want to know, well, what's the experience? What's the symptom? What's the problem you're having?
Yeah,
And, we don't want to spend time talking about where it came from. We just want to zap it out of the way.
not my specialty. No,
Yeah,
that's not what I want to do either. So,
yeah.
uh, another trapped emotion here. Claire, yeah, Claire in Ireland, John in Vancouver. Three, A3. Okay, I got A3. Coming up, A3 is sadness. Clear that out. Clear sadness. Okay, is that
Dr.
cleared? Yeah.
Dr. Brad has a certified emotion code practitioner program that you can, before you even take the program, here's my recommendation, is that you learn how to muscle test. Because muscle testing is, honestly, it's 90% of this whole process. So you got to be a good muscle tester. You got to be good. You got to learn how to do ranges. You hear John and I going, is it 1, 2, 3, 4? We want to know the range, and you want to really trust your fingers. Then part 2, which you can do for free online and through the book, is use muscle testing on the chart. So learn muscle testing first, and then learn how to read the chart, and then work on yourself for a while. And then when you're ready, take Dr. Brad's Certified Emotion Code Practitioner. It is a video training program. And part of that program, you need to have 25 or 30 clients, including pets. It could be horses, cats, and dogs. And then we work with people's children and their heart wall and so on. So there's a process. But when people start reading the book and the program and they say, now muscle test, and then they get all frustrated because they can't. So before you call the maid, clean the house. Like learn how to muscle test. And then when you go to do the program, you'll be, okay, good, I nailed that part, the muscle testing. So John and I have a muscle testing video on how to muscle test inside my Emotion Code Facebook group. If you go to Michael Logier Emotion Code Facebook group, you'll see it in there. And in Victoria, I do the meetup group, John. Well, our next meetup group in Victoria, we are teaching people how to muscle test. And you know what I'm bringing? I'm bringing a cup of rice.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not having stir-fried rice. I'm going to get people to hold a little grain of rice in between their fingers. Yeah. Good. Okay, John.
Okay, yeah. So Claire said she got when I said shame, she got a lump in her throat. The little sensation there. Just got to double check. Is that shame cleared? Yeah. Okay. So and then after that I cleared a jealousy, and I got a 0 out of 10. So I believe that was 4 emotions: frustration, shame. There was sadness and jealousy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. I'm going to read
All
some more
right.
comments. Are you done, John?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay.
Yeah.
So Julie, who I worked on today, was saying, I love the idea of not rehashing the block, but instead just releasing it. So good for that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Margaret is saying, I have a money block. Please help me clear it. Well, here's the thing about money block. It's usually not one trapped emotion. That's definitely booking an appointment. So there's a lot to do around money blocks. There's inherited stuff from your mom and dad around their money block. It's your level of anxiety. It's all of your beliefs. So money block is, and we usually don't work on money blocks because, we want to get results. I'm quite confident that Julie and your client are going to get results. But when it comes to something bigger like that, it's more of a one-on-one appointment.
Yeah. So with money, it's like we work like for this, I worked on business with Claire, right? So the business is like an avenue or a road where money can come down to you. So
that's right. Yeah. So we need to ask way more questions in that session. Our friend Sheldon Foster from Baltimore. Hey, Sheldon, good morning. And by the way, if you said hello and we haven't seen your name, it's because John and I have to keep refreshing. And so don't hashtag us later. You never said hello to me. No, it's because we didn't see you, but we love you. So. And we're here every Saturday at 9 o'clock. Hey, Kelly Carson is with us. Hey, Kelly, good morning. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, so I'm going to read this
now,
from
Crystal's saying, thank you for this insight, for your suggestions. Now, Crystal, I also have a video inside my Michael Logier Emotion Code group. It's a 25-minute video of what you need to do to prepare yourself and all the processes, what to do before, what to do while you're taking the certification, and what to do later. So, Crystal, go in and join the group. You're going to have to scroll because there's lots of content out there, but look for the video. I think it's called something like tips on becoming an emotion code practitioner or preparing for that. So, and Dr. Brad's the only one that can certify people. But John, I can help you prepare for that. What do you need to do to prepare? So go ahead and check
Strategies.
that
Yep.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. She says she also does massage, Reiki, soul realignment,
Yeah.
and now discovering this, need to become emotion code certified.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah.
I have a career with law of attraction and NLP and EFT and I built my whole career around that. And then when I learned the emotion code, that was a big capital S balls. And I thought, well, you know what? This is going to be my third career. I worked for the government in Canada for 10 years. I've been doing law of attraction, speaking engagements, and NLP and your life purpose for about 10, 15, 20 years, actually. And now this is my third career, and I'm an old guy, and I'm very excited about this career. The other time I remember flying to China from Vancouver to work on, to do a half-hour seminar, and that was my job, half-hour presentation. And now it's like, no, I'm going to do this differently. Now I'm sitting home, I'm doing emotion code people with all over the world. I also have a thriving part of my business where I support emotion code practitioners to build a business, because some of them aren't really business people. They're just really good and understand the process. So John, if people want to book a session with either you or I, what is that all, how does it go down? What do they need to do? What happens? Can you just pretend that they're going to your website for the first time and what it is? Yeah, Norma
Absolutely.
Jean, by the way, is asking, it's 9 a.m. Pacific time, it's 12 noon Eastern, New York time, and Sylvia Bellini will tell us what time it is in the UK probably, but Norma Jean, I'm not sure where you're at, but and you can watch all the previous, today we worked on one subject. We worked on, I'm looking at the list here, we worked on 93 other subjects, so we got a lot going on. So John, tell people what goes down and how to book an appointment with us.
Yeah, you go to our website. So I'm at aliveandpeer.com. It's written right below me. I just put the link in the comments here. And Michael's at HangoutWithMichael.com. And so you go to our websites. We have online calendars, very convenient. So put in your time zone so we don't have to go back and forth with like, oh, what time zone? Oh, is that today or tomorrow or yesterday? And so you set it and it links up to PayPal and you just hit enter. You get a confirmation email. You can do it over the phone or we send you a link like this for video.
Yeah.
That's it. Super easy.
Yeah, and you don't need to do anything, be hydrated. You can be sitting on your couch or out in the lawn chair. You don't really need to do any work. We do all the work. We might ask you a few questions for clarification and severity.
Check your emails.
Yeah. Okay, Crystal has just asked to join my Facebook group, so we're going to put you inside of there. Crystal, I just approved that for you. And John, did you share the show today in the Emotion Code room?
Yep.
Okay, so we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody. We had, we're 20 to the hour today. We're usually about 25, 30 minutes, and you know what? It's our show, and we'll go over if we want to. No one's monitoring us. We appreciate everybody being here. This might be the show for you to share today. If you got value with us today and you got some insights today and we helped you, you can help us by clicking share and sharing the show on your Facebook page, so you can help spread the word about how people can get support with their physical health or their mental health quickly and easily with the bros over the telephone or a Skype video. John, thanks again for another Saturday morning, and we will see everybody next Saturday.
We'll be back next week.
Yeah, we're cooking up a show for next week as well, so be sure, join us, make hanging out with the bros a weekly habit. Okay, see you later, everybody.
Have a great day and weekend.